service, for those of us that went to church, you're welcome. I'm a nurse, a registered nurse, and this is what I do. I have passion in teaching people on how to make positive impact of health, on their health, positive impact on their health. And I also go to schools to talk to children, doing community volunteering, to talk to children about the consequences of early sex, drug abuse, effect of cultism, adolescent problem, youth and career development programs. And I've been to over 200 schools in Lagos State. So you're welcome. Today, let's talk about the causes of semen or sperm leakages in women post sex. Maybe later in the evening or tomorrow, we'll be talking about in men. But for now, we are on the women. And talking about sperm or semen leakages, the liquid uh, inside the, so the entirety, we call them sperm. And by the time you might not be able to see sperm outside, you understand, because it contains cells. So what you see at time that you think is coming out most of the time is the semen that ejaculates. You understand? What the man releases. You understand? And when you talk about sperm leakages in women, at time might not be a reason to panic, might not be an issue of concerns. You understand? Because it is not all the times that your sperm comes out that you may not be able to get pregnant. You understand? So we'll be talking about the various reasons why semen or sperm leak post sex in women before we fix the men in the evening. Number one reason that sperm leaks in women is the volume at times of the ejaculate. That's the totality of what the man releases, the ejaculate. Because when the man ejaculate, when they reach orgasm, you understand. And when we're talking about the volume, at times, so Book of Thought said it is between 1.5 to 15, or some say 5 millimeters. You understand? And when we're talking about this, it contains a lot and millions of sperm cells. It contains millions of sperm cells. And it contains millions of sperm cells. When it is being released, most of the time, immediately there is a place, just the entrance to our womb. Our uterus is just like the when you are coming from the sitting room, you want to come into the bedroom, right? So the uterus is like like the bedroom, while the vagina is like the sitting room. Now there is a door from the sitting room leading to the room. So there is a place that is like a door to our womb, and we call it, that's the opening, the entrance to our uterus. We call it cervix. Cervix. And this cervix has various functions. It functions during ovulation because it's going to produce cervical mucus. And when it produces cervical mucus, it makes it easy for the sperm to be able to penetrate as it's coming to ejaculate, so to be able to click and with the egg being released by the woman from the ovary. And when we're talking about this cervix, it opens. That's one of the functions. It opens when we're about to give birth to babies. It opens. That's where you see people doing, they'll be counting finger, one finger representing 2 centimeter, 2 fingers representing 4 centimeter. And most of the time, when it's up to 10, they'll say, "Oh, the baby is ready. We can now assist the woman to bring birth, to bring forth the baby, to give birth as at that time." Because it means that the cervix is already open wide enough to be able to allow the woman to push through so that the baby can come out. It's the same cervix that opens up during menstruation. During our menstruation, usually the cervix is like a lip, it closes all the time. But when there is any like a foreign body in the uterus, maybe you've done menstruation and the process has not been completed, the baby is there is still debris or some particles from the menstrual. It means that the cervix has done its function, and this cervix all opens up when a male introduces their male organ, the penis, into the vagina for sexual intercourse. It opens up. And of course, it is being forced open when it is time to have maybe abortion. We call it dilatation and curative. It opens up at that material time. So those are some of the functions of the cervix. Do you understand? And so when the cervix opens up to take up the fluid, the ejaculate from the man, what happens is that the the cervix opens up to take up the ejaculate. And when it opens up to take the ejaculate, what happens immediately after it opens up? The Immediately the penis strength is gone. There's no longer any strength. The penis usually will become erected, and as soon as it releases the sperm, it becomes flaccid. There's no tensile strength within the penile area. And what happens? Immediately the cervix closes up. And as soon as it closes up, the remaining portion of the ejaculate that has been in millions and the volume is much, you begin to notice them at the outer part of your body system. And when it happens like that, and you think it is semen leakages, whereas it takes one sperm, you understand, one male cell to fertilize the female egg too. You understand? So at times the sperm must have moved. The faster one must have gone before you start noticing that this is this and that. You understand? That is one. We talked about that is the volume of the ejaculate. If it's much at times, you feel like something is coming out, especially when the man has not really had sexual intimacy for a longer period of time, and you see the volume might be much, or if there is good hydration, good diet, good any, there's no can see. Anatomy is something you can see. It's physical in nature. Now, as its physical position of the vagina, sometimes there might be problem because there won't be position of the cervix. You understand? So when ejaculate comes, it becomes another issue. You understand? If there is no proper positioning. And of course, it might be due to individual variations. For example, the vagina pH, there's something we call pH of the vagina. If the pH of the vagina is not conducive to the spermatozoa, the cells that are coming, the semen and all that, there might be crisis if there is individual variation like that. Then apart from that, there is something we call cervical mucus. Like I said the other time, that cervical mucus consistency is it normal? At times during ovulation, it's easy for cervical mucus. It's very easy for them to. It makes it easy to receive as at that time to receive the sperm coming in, because the consistency as at that time is like somebody waiting to be heard, to be seen, and something comes up and they are able to see them. That is just for them. And when we're talking about the the consistency, it makes it easy, the cervical mucus, for pregnancy to take place. And of course, I want you to know that it might not be totally a sign of infertility. Even people that have had cause to give birth to twins or more than that, that particular pregnancy, they will tell you that some went in, some sperm were able to get inside, while some were not able to. Do you understand? So it's not something to fret about. So if there are underlying causes, that is what you want to do. You want to fight for and be able to see your doctor. And of course, it can be leakages of vagina sperm can be as a result of what we call lubricant usage. You understand? Some people, we have various types of lubricant that we use to encourage sexual intercourse. And most of the time, when you see all these things, it happens like if you use if you use water-based lubricant, but most of the time when might be so difficult for you to go through. And of course, it might be as a result of you standing up immediately post sex. If you stand up immediately after sex, you might everything might just go because the cervix might have not been properly for all those things. So we have various problems when we're talking about various causes when we're talking about uh, semen or sperm leakages post sex in women. So let's talk about the ways out of this post sex in women. Number one thing you want to do, the expert says you should lie down minimum of 10 to 15 minutes post sex if you are trying to conceive. Apart from that, while lying down, you can place a pillow to tilt your bum, your butt up. You understand? So that, oh, sorry, the network has been so bad. So we're talking about ways out. What do you do if you are experiencing semen or sperm leakage post sex as a woman? Number one thing you want to do is to lie flat and remain on that position for 10 to 15 minutes post sex immediately. Number two is that you could just place a pillow underneath your buttocks to help elevate it. You understand? So that when it is being elevated, you are sure that the sperm can be retained, especially within cervical, the cervix area, especially if it is very close to your ovulation or your ovulation period or something. Then avoid douching. Douching is when you use water or soap to wash your inner area immediately after sex. You should avoid douching. Then you have to maintain a healthy weight. If you're trying to conceive, you have to maintain a healthy weight. Of course, you have to manage your stress. Lifestyle factor is involved when it comes to having babies and all that. You have to manage stress very well. Then you time the intercourse. You understand? When there is good timing, adequate timing, you know your window period, you know your ovulation period, you know the days of your menses, everything that needs to be known, that needed to be known. You know it. It makes conception so easy. You can practice Kegel exercises. It's just like contraction and relaxation exercises that is being done to the muscles around your pelvic area, your balls, your private area, and you begin to do, Kegel exercises like that. And of course, make sure you encourage deep penetration when you are having sex, especially if you are having doggy style. It's going to, assist because it will make sure that all the semen have been deposited in that place. Reduce your alcohol intake. You are trying to conceive. Well, quit smoking. Run away. You have to stop smoking. There are no two ways about it. And of course, after all these things, what do? You need to see your doctor as soon as possible. So for any comment, for any question, any suggestion, any criticism, kindly send a message to us. Till I see you the next time, I'm your friend, Nosolution. Bye for now, and have a lovely week ahead.